Are you tired of getting absolutely slammed by demons in Modern Warfare 3/Warzone?
Oh my god, my aim!
Do you find yourself consistently losing gunfights because you miss a few shots? Well, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some essential tips and tricks that will boost your overall ability with your aim on Warzone/Modern Warfare 3.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
These tips and tricks can be used for both mouse and keyboard and controller. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment if these tips helped you. But yeah guys, let's get right into the video. Tip number 1 is recoil control. Recoil control is one of the most important parts about hitting your shots and killing enemies in Warzone/Modern Warfare 3. Without good recoil control, it feels almost impossible to kill people in gunfights, especially good players that have good recoil control. As you can see by the gameplay, it's not hard to tell which one I'm controlling recoil on. By being able to fight against the gun's recoil, I'm able to hit so many more shots than I would be if I wasn't doing that. Having good recoil control from a far distance is a major advantage against lesser skilled players. The tip that I have for this is use the firing range. Why, you may ask? It's because it allows for you to learn the gun that you'll be using. If you shoot your gun against the glass that is in the firing range, you're clearly able to see the gun's recoil pattern. The guns that I have showcased are the Holger 26 and the Superi, the two meta weapons in Warzone right now. With the two examples that I have shown, you can clearly see how the weapon reacts to when being shot. Both guns kick diagonally right, so the best way to control this is hold down and slightly to the left to control that vertical and horizontal recoil. With this adjustment, I then started to shoot bots in the firing range and was able to hit pretty good shots. Having all the meta attachments is great and all, but if you aren't able to understand the gun's recoil pattern, it's gonna be a massive detriment to when you go up against better players. Having that info that you got from the firing range is going to be a massive advantage when you go into a game, and obviously when you get reps with the gun in the game, you'll start to improve further with that recoil control. So yeah, there is my number 1 tip for recoil control.
Nice.
Centering, one of the most important parts of winning gunfights in Call of Duty. Centering involves the crosshair that is located in the middle of your screen, putting it in good positions for you to win gunfights. Having bad centering can lead to you losing so many gunfights because it takes that extra second for you to adjust your aim and start firing at an enemy. If you look at some of the best players in the world like Scump, Shotzi, Biffle on the Warzone side, they all have unbelievable centering, and that makes it just so much easier for them to win gunfights as they're not having to adjust aim, which will take an extra few milliseconds, which is huge in a fast time to kill game like Call of Duty. Having good crosshair placement can lead to you winning so many more gunfights than if you had bad crosshair placement. So how do you get good centering like the pros? Centering seems like such an easy task when it comes to Call of Duty, but it can be such a challenging task to many players because there's so many things that are going on, such as looking at your minimap, looking at how much ammo you have, and looking at how many plates you have on Warzone. My first tip for this is keeping your crosshair at chest/head level. This will mean that you'll be ready for gunfights when turning corners or when an enemy surprises you out of cover. This will mean that you won't have to make as many adjustments compared to where if you were aiming at the ground. The second tip that I have for this is playing multiplayer. Yes, I said multiplayer, don't hate on me. But playing multiplayer on maps that have a lot of elevation changes such as Favela or Rust can be a massive benefit to improving your crosshair placement. This is because you're going to have to be looking up and down on the map because there's so many spots that people can be in. For example, with the gameplay that I'm showing now, you can see that I'm playing Favela and my crosshairs are completely moving up and down to see where enemies are going to be. I'm trying to predict where enemies are going to be, and you can clearly see my crosshair placement shows that. And that leads on to tip number 3. Place your crosshair where you think enemies are going to be. This might be one of the most important ones because it allows for you to have an upper hand in a gunfight before even shooting your weapon. Again, it means that you don't have to make as many adjustments compared to where if you were placing your crosshair where enemies weren't going to be. Tip number 4 is going to be combined with movement. When you're slide cancelling out of cover, such as behind a wall into an open area, it's so important that you have your crosshair ready before even slide cancelling out of the cover so that you have a very good chance of winning that gunfight with that ego child or whatever it may be. It will just make the gunfight so much easier because it means that you'll be ready as soon as you come out of that slide cancelling animation for that gunfight. Your crosshair will be located right on the enemy, ready for you to just shoot him. Most of this is for the controller players, but this information also can help mouse and keyboard players. Finding the right sensitivity is one of the most important pieces to feeling comfortable with your aim. For those people that use TikTok, you may see people go on 20/20 sensitivity. Majority of those people, if they run into a good player, are getting absolutely destroyed because they're not going to be able to 360 YY good players majority of the time. Oh my god, guys, they call me the movement king. Can you go? I'm so good. This is going on TikTok. Oh my god! If you feel like your sensitivity is too slow or too high, I personally would start off at 6.6 and work my way up or down from there if you feel too slow or too fast. Most of the CDL pros and Warzone pros play around 6.6 to 8.8 sensitivity, and there's obviously a reason for that. ADS sensitivity multiplier is also a very important aspect of aiming in Warzone. If you feel like you're missing shots, I would personally turn it down from 1 to 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. Play around with this setting if you feel like you're missing shots. The best setting for this is between 0.6 and 1. Anything above 1 is just a bad idea in my opinion. None of the best players in the world go above 1. For those that play a higher sensitivity, like maybe 14.14 or 13.13, I would personally play at 0.6 to 0.8, just for that slowdown. Dead zone inputs are so important in my opinion, especially for those controller players. I used to play in 5.5 dead zone, and I've recently turned my dead zone down to 2, and the consistency of my shot has improved so much. It was actually Duo that recommended this. Duo plays on 0.0. I'm pretty sure he recommended playing on a lower dead zone if you struggle with consistency in your aim, and this has helped me massively over the past couple months.
I feel like my shot is way more consistent on 0.0 dead zone. So if you have a 8 or a 10 dead zone, there's going to be times where you can move your right stick and your aiming is not going to actually activate until you hit that certain threshold for dead zone. In my opinion, that's going to cause a lot of inconsistencies.
So if you feel like you aren't consistently hitting the shots that you want to, I would personally lower the dead zone. I do have controller drift with 2 dead zone, but it's worth it in my opinion. Make sure your aim response curve type is set to dynamic. This will give you the best feel for your aim assist. Rotational aim assist, this is so important. Rotational aim assist is all about using your left stick. As you can see by this clip in the firing range, I'm not using my left stick, I'm just aiming in at the bot, seeing if I get aim assist as it goes across my screen. Then when I use my left stick, when it goes across my screen, just, strafe to the left or right, look at the aim assist I get. It is actually insane. The best Warzone / Call of Duty players in the world keep going on about how strong and how OP rotational aim assist is, and it's actually insane. To activate rotational aim assist, it's pretty simple. It's all about using your left stick. Your aim assist is on your right stick, but the rotational aim assist is on your left stick. So if you combine these two together, you feel like a god soldier at long range. If you stand still during gunfights or stand still when trying to shoot someone at long range, you will not be getting that rotational aim assist, which is absolutely massive in today's Call of Duty Warzone. My overall take on the rotational aim assist is that it needs nerfed as soon as possible because this thing is like aimbot. Mouse and keyboard players, I get why you're punching out right now, man.
You're line. Yeah, this game's stupid as shit. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. What? Like, you good? Yeah. I lose that fight. 10 out of 10 times on Nasuke.
If you watch some of the best Warzone players in the world, you will not see them stand still in gunfights. You will see them use their left stick to strafe left and right. It simply just activates that rotational aim assist and allows for them to get very strong aim assist. That's probably why a lot of bots think that streamers cheat.
So the rotational aim assist is always active.
Yeah, they make a difference. But on a real note though, control freaks have helped my aim massively. I'm only new to control freaks this past month. I feel like I've hindered myself massively over the years by not using them. This isn't a sponsored video, you can tell by my subscriber count. Yo, but control freak hit me up, you know what I'm saying? But seriously though, control freaks have helped me massively, man. It feels like it takes away the dead zone that is in the middle of your controller and gives you more control over your thumbstick. I was wondering why I couldn't make those small adjustments from close to long range, and over the past month after putting on that control freak, man, I'm able to beam people from so far away. I'm able to hit my shots more consistently and just be more consistent with my overall aim. So yeah, if you're looking at buying a control freak, I definitely think it's a great option for you to improve your aim. And it's not like they're $1 million, they're only like $17, maybe even on eBay you can get them for maybe $10, so they are a pretty cheap option. With the addition of the control freak that I added onto my controller, I was able to drop 43 kills in Rebirth Island, so yeah, they definitely work, man. And there's a reason why some of the best Warzone and CDL players in the world use control freaks. They are a massive advantage compared to not having a control freak on, and I've always been a guy that used to use a stock thumbstick. So that's it, you've made it to the end of the video. I hope I was able to turn you from a bot to a demon in just one video. That would be a miracle, wouldn't it? And that would earn a subscriber. I doubt anyone's watching because I have 0 subscribers and this video probably wasn't worthwhile, but I don't care. I enjoyed making it and that's all that matters, and I hope I helped out someone out there. I went over the recoil control, I went over centering, I went over controller settings, I went over rotational aim assist, and I went over the secret sauce, which is the control freak. So if you are new, please hit the subscribe button, like if you are new, and comment if this video helped you out, boys. But yeah, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. I hope everyone has a good evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace!